I have a question for you. Do you like tomatoes? Weird question, right? Yeah. Well, the reason I'm asking is because I personally hate tomatoes. Now, that might get a little bit of flack. I'm sorry, tomato lovers. But my question is, do you think that I have a choice as to whether I like or dislike tomatoes? It's not up to me, really, if you think about it. Like, could you suddenly decide to like chocolate if you normally hate chocolate? I mean, my sister hates chocolate, and I've told her, I've said, like, hey, here's a delicious dessert that I made, and it's got some chocolate on it. Will you eat it? And she tries it, and she's like, oh, this is gross. Now, I don't get it. I like chocolate, but I hate tomatoes, and she loves tomatoes. We can't control what we like and what we don't like. And I mean, you can if you spice it up, maybe add some other stuff to the tomato. Maybe I would like it. But the fact of the matter that at a base level, there's a certain part of our mind that actually controls what we like and what we don't like. So I'm going to talk about that in a second. But I also want to ask you one other question. Have you ever heard the idea that we only use 10% of our brains? Now, this was something that a lot of people were talking back, I think back in the 90s, maybe early 2000s. They were like, yeah, really, we're only using 10% of our brain. Imagine if we could unlock the power of that other 90%. Wow, that would be crazy. What could we do with 10 times more thought and brain power? Well, the fact of the matter is that science and evolutionary theory has proven that we do, in fact, use 100% of our brains, because as they say, if you don't use it, you'll lose it, right? But the thing is that 90%, we do actually only use 10% of our brain, but we use it consciously, okay? So 10% of our brain is what you're living in right now. It's the part that's kind of like, listening to me talk or paying attention. Or if you're not paying attention, it's the part that's focused on whatever it is that you're doing besides listening to me. But the other 90% of our brain is actually the unconscious part. And that's where things get really interesting. So 90% of your brain is controlling your body temperature. It's controlling making your heart beat every day, every second of every day. It's controlling whether you start sweating when you're running too much, And it's also controlling whether or not you like tomatoes, okay? So my question for you is, what if there were a way to get that other 90% of your brain working towards your goals, right? Consciously, most of us are only using 10% of our brain to work towards our goals. But there is a way to unlock the other 90%. Now, sure, it might be unconscious, but the cool thing is once you unlock that power, suddenly the things that feel like hard work that are draining to you become really easy. I'll give you an example. You know how they talk about building a habit, right? So me, working out. For years, I never did any gym workouts. And anytime that I tried it, I would use full willpower and go to the gym and lift weights and go crazy, everything that I possibly could. And it just, it didn't work. It didn't stick. I would get overwhelmed and tired and I wouldn't be seeing results. And so I would quit after like a couple of weeks or a month, right? I know it's pretty pathetic. I can't even stick to the gym for a few weeks. But that's because I did not unlock the power of my unconscious mind to make me go to the gym. Okay? So what did I wind up doing to change that? Well, a couple of things which we're going to go through in this video, and you can apply them directly to your acting career. Number one was I got extremely clear on what I wanted, like what I physically wanted to look like, how I wanted my health to be, and all that. Number two, I got extremely clear on the reasons why I wanted it. And of course, number three, I did research so I could feel certain that I'd be able to actually achieve that goal. And a bonus one, number 4, would basically be that I actually worked out in such a way that I could actually get some, what I like to call quick wins, and see some quick results that would keep me motivated and wanting to do it. And now the unconscious part of my brain is what makes me want to go to the gym. For instance, it's early in the morning right now and I'm recording this video for you, and guess what? I haven't actually worked out yet today, and I want to get in there and work out. In the past, I would have wanted to do anything I could to skip the gym, but now, like, unconsciously, some part of my brain makes me just feel compelled to do it, and when I'm doing it, I'm super happy, and when I finish, I feel amazing. Now, this isn't for me to be like, oh, look, I can go to the gym and I'm awesome like that. But the fact is that I want you to keep in mind that you can do the same thing for your acting career. I'm sure that there's certain elements of your acting career that you dread doing, whether that's sending out cover letters or cold emails to people and networking, or whether you're afraid to go to auditions. If you come up with a strong goal, something that you really, really feel compelled and excited to go for, and if you have a strong enough why for reaching it, and if you do your research and learn exactly what you need to do to actually get there, and then you start taking small steps and seeing quick wins, things that keep you motivated, suddenly you're going to flip on that other 90% unconscious part of your brain that's going to make you go for that goal. And it's going to make you not feel afraid anymore, or not feel like you're dreading going out for another audition. You're going to love it. You're going to crave it just the way that I crave going to the gym. It's crazy.